move the bench up closer. Just pick it up and move it.
Yo, the
Can I do that?
Takes
Yeah.
podcast.
I wouldn't do it with your phone on, but yeah.
Hot Breaks podcast.
Hot shit.
Hot
Podcast.
shit.
I can't think of it. Here, I got you.
I can't think of any genuine hot takes.
Oh, that is way
You got-
too zoomed in.
You got some.
Chill out. I'm trying to move it.
Wow.
Or are you trying to flip it?
I'm trying to flip it. I'm just trying to make it close.
Oh.
Like, sure. Ow. Ah, shit, I found
Pull them out.
I can't think of any good hot takes that have happened recently.
I think that's good. Yeah.
I can think of. I don't want to bring up the Will Smith stuff because that's already been done and dealt with.
Will's a W. I'm not exactly going for
fucking hot.
here.
Bro, just like, listen. What are you doing?
Will's a good beetle.
Dude, that was such a harder thing you could have done. You
What?
chose the hard route. You could have just flipped over the chair, bro.
Alright, Bryce, you got the hot take.
Wait, is it filming?
You got the hot.
Yes.
Oh, I can't think of any hot takes.
Are you fucking serious?
You're
Well,
you're
I mean,
cringe.
okay, but
Think of video games. Think
Video
of like,
games,
like
music,
recent
whatever.
ones. Yeah, music, food.
music,
Death Grips is good. That'd be a great hot
that's
take.
a shit take, dude. That's so bad. I can't think of any, man. I can't think of like.
Here, push Bryce.
I don't want to push.
I
I
get
don't
fucking seasick though.
Yo, that's a good hot take though. You want to push Bryce?
Hot take.
Here.
Bryce is fucking hot.
I'm trying to think of one.
The minority is doing the work.
you want to get pushed? I'm fine with that.
Oh, I don't want to get pushed by you.
I can push him then.
I don't want to push. I want to sit.
That's a great one actually. Fat shaming is okay.
That's a good hot take.
That's a good
Oh,
take.
I mean, yeah.
I'm fine with that, man. Go off.
Fat shaming.
Okay.
Hear me out.
Fat shaming is actually good.
Okay, there's some people who can't help being fat. As in, like, they have a condition where they can't.
Yeah.
eat
I think that's what I was gonna say.
so I think that's alright.
I mean, also to people who don't have less money and like more junk food, like more shittier food for you is marked cheaper.
I don't know.
I guess.
That
This
also could
subject's
be
kind
the-
of weird because, like, the hot take is kind of like it's mix and match because there's a little bit of both of like there's positive and negative.
talking stick.
No, the talking stick. Because I think okay, the negative.
On camera,
Dude.
fucking dumbass. Bro, I hope the camera.
I think the negatives. I can't tell if there's a negative or a pro. Because it's a really hard thing. Because on both ends, there's negatives and pros.
I mean, Bryce, you can speak from experience.
Well,
Well, I mean,
I'm
I
actually
think
learning
it's
about anorexia in one of my classes,
What's
which is like a
anorexia?
food disorder where they just don't eat any shit because they think they're fat. So on fat shaming, in one sense, in a sense, it can be really detrimental to like the mental of somebody. But at the same time, without it, look at our generation, bro. They all think it's
Look
fine
at
to be
America.
fat.
Like,
Yeah. Like without fat shaming, we can't get the fat people in check.
Yeah.
I'm about to do a Metal
They're gonna
Gear
eat
hot
all the
take.
food.
Fucking
Bro,
war is good for the
It's
economy.
like, dude, there are
That's
people.
bullet.
There was like a fat activist or something that was like, yeah, pro fat, yeah. They died at like 40, bro. Like, on one hand, it's negative in the sense that it can make people like anorexic.
The one thing that's funny about fat support,
it's so bad.
they'll never create offspring.
Yeah.
They'll never carry on this idea that this is actually good. They'll just die out like a inferior species that existed. Because that's what they are.
Like, I think what's
Okay,
weird
that's good.
is that like I'm learning about anorexia in like 20 years ago, pretty much, like early 2000s, maybe a little bit late, but not late, like really early 2000s. There were people like with eating disorders being like, I'm too fat, even though they're like skinny as shit. And I'm just thinking like 20 years because of this like fat movement thing. Everybody's like, okay, it's okay to be fat, guys. There might be like people like me learning in class about how it's bad to be fat.
Calm down. I told you.
Like, I mean, I've already kind of learned that because of something called like, what was it? Like, oversize me or some shit.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
super
Supersize.
size.
Yeah, I
Supersize, yeah.
watched that recently.
I
and
watched
even
that.
I like flinched at points. I was like,
Really?
"Ah,
That was
yeah, that was
horrible.
poor. Fucking dude.
I stared at the moment that guy was getting surgery. What was it? What was the surgery called? Like bypass? Gastric bypass, yeah. And it's where they like remove a part of your stomach so you can stop eating.
Oh yeah.
Being too skinny is bad, and being too fat.
What's
The
worse,
overall-
being majorly obese or being like a fucking skeleton?
Being
Both
they're both
pretty
They're
bad.
horrible.
No, but like one has got to be worse than the other.
Probably being overly obese.
I think skeleton.
No.
I think if you're
Because with skeleton, you can probably be like.
no, but
and
like
go back.
people have because you can't experience that because you're
Well,
It's not
yeah,
major.
they have like they probably have like some type of anorexia or some like high metabolism thing, and they I don't know. But then with being obese, you get like fucking horrible disorders and like heart failure, stroke, other things. It's horrible for you, man. I think being fat is probably worse. The thing is with being skinny, it's just like a mental problem, like not like a mental.
So are
debate.
you saying Calvin has like major depression?
No,
I doubt that.
I wouldn't say he's too skinny because he's the average weight, like I think he's like I think he's like 120.
Oh,
Now he is?
I thought
He's
he was like
gained weight.
90.
I think he is. I don't know. Like 120, something around that is probably a good weight. But then, I'm obese, man.
yeah.
How much are
I'm
you?
kind of fat. 220.
You're 220 now.
I'm 220. It's horrible. I should really work
Okay.
out.
The last time I checked, I think I was 170, like on the cut, and I probably still. Because sometimes I'll go days where I completely starve myself, and then some days I will go where I completely indulge myself, even like school standards, where like I eat like the entire, like, I eat breakfast at
Okay,
school, lunch
okay.
at school.
I have a
and
really good
everything.
hot take, but I want to see what yours is.
You go. 'Cause
Andrew.
I'm still brewing on one.
All right.
myself.
Okay.
The failures of the school system.
Oh, bro.
What do you mean by like failures? Like grades?
One thing, diabetes. You purely don't have to eat sugar. If you don't eat sugar, you're